Ain't It Cool News presents Ain't It Scary Reviews, a month-long exploration of terror.
Clive Barker attempts to marry film noir with his own unique brand of demonic horror. The result starts off as a promising mystery with witchcraft and spells and magic, but it quickly devolves into this plodding action film with Scott Bakula battling the Lord of Illusions. It's an illusion. While on a routine insurance fraud case in LA, supernatural detective Harry D'Amour gets sidetracked when he stumbles upon the murder of a fortune teller. The killer is somehow connected to a world-renowned magician that may be using actual magic to power his illusions. Through his investigation, D'Amour unweaves a murderous plot that could mean the end of the world. The movie starts off strong, with an opening sequence that incorporates some excellent special effects, a creepy atmosphere, and the basis for an interesting bad guy. The main problem is the story's structure. There isn't much mystery in the mystery. We pretty much have everything figured out by the end of the second act. When we get to the big climax, there aren't any interesting surprises left. By then it becomes an excuse to show off more special effects shots, most of which are a rehash of effects that we saw earlier in the movie. It devolves, moving away from its film noir horror setup into a boring action film with Scott Bakula constantly getting thrown around by the main bad guy and his henchmen. It goes from pretty cool to pretty boring over the course of its 120-minute run. Visually, it's a nice time capsule from the mid-90s. The special effects probably look fantastic for the period, but now they look a bit archaic. One thing you can usually count on with Clive Barker is great makeup work. He delivers here with an excellent character design that is disgusting and fascinating to look at all at the same time. Maybe the most distracting thing in the movie is Scott Bakula's clothing choices though. Was the costume director colorblind, or is that just how suave detectives dressed back then? The characters are a mixed bag. I'm a Scott Bakula fan. When he's playing a nice guy like on Quantum Leap or Necessary Roughness, he comes off as sincere and empathetic. Unfortunately, the dark tone of the film doesn't really suit him. He just doesn't feel right as a hard-boiled detective who has literally seen hell personified.
See, that's his best trick. No illusions, just the truth. Are you ready for that? Thought not.
On the other hand, Barry Del Sherman perfectly sets the tone with every scene he appears in.
I'll say that those eyes of yours were troubling you.
Please.
I could just scoop them out.
No, don't.
As Butterfield the henchman, he's vile, shrewd, and dangerous, the kind of bad guy you appreciate. Lord of Illusions does a few things right, but it loses its way by trying to walk the line between detective pulp and supernatural horror. At least Clive Barker brings a few of his signatures along for the ride. A devilish bad guy, plenty of gore, and a feeling that at any time an important character could die in a vile and awful way.